Hello everybody and welcome back to Work Right Planner. Here I share my unique perspective on planning and budgeting while documenting my journey to pay off 6 figures of debt. My name is Erica. I'm glad you're here. I spent nearly 2 decades supporting 2 kids on a single income, and it's taught me a lot that I'd like to share with you guys. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you know when I upload a new video. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I am so glad to have you guys with me. You have no idea. Anyway, in my last video, we talked about everything I do at the end of the month to assess how I've done. So you all saw January was a good month. Today, we're going to talk about my process for determining the February budget. So first, I'm going to set up my notebook so that you have some idea of what it is that I'm talking about here. So you guys get to watch me play stickers for a moment. I didn't even realize that I did not adjust my template when I made this. People are going to think I'm completely ignorant of the fact that there are only 28 days in February. Lord. Okay, now that we've got everything looking pretty in the notebook, let's get to the real steps, shall we? Okay, so the first thing that I do every month is I plug my income and my fiance's income into the joint bill breakdown. And I can't show you this. I have a copy of it in Excel that does all the math for me. But I put our incomes up here at the top. It gives us the percentage of total income that we have, and what we do is we have expenses that we agree both of us should be paying toward now that we live together, and it's not all of our expenses. He's got bills, I've got bills. We don't touch each other's bills, but the things that affect the whole household that everybody's going to be using part of goes into this budget. We set a dollar amount for that, and then say my name is the first name listed up there, then whatever my percentage is, that's how much I would be responsible for of our budgeted amount. And that is why things like my mortgage and the utilities fluctuate from month to month, because he doesn't have a set income. He owns his own business, so it fluctuates a lot, especially with COVID. So that is the first thing that I do. The second thing is I go to my personal budget, which of course has my bills in it that are already there, certain things that I like to be able to pay for. I take these numbers and I plug them into that. And if I can get it to pull up, I will put a screen capture of kind of what this looks like. I'm having a hard time recording videos on my computer. It doesn't want to pick up the audio for some reason, and I haven't figured out how to do them separately yet. But I put these numbers into my personal budget, and then what I'll do is it tells me whether it'll turn red if it's over budget, and it'll be green if it's under budget, and I still have money to play with. So if Excel shows that I'm over budget, then I have to make adjustments to bring everything back down. Things that I don't fund into my budget, if it's stuff that I absolutely should put that money toward, goes into my variable income budget. And as you can tell, this month I'm anticipating it to be quite large. So if Excel shows that I've still got plenty of money left, then I get to play and increase areas that I want to increase, put money toward things that I don't always get to put money toward. I do that until I have every dollar assigned a job. This is called zero-based budgeting. I highly recommend it. You know where your money's going. You don't all of a sudden get to needing something and you're like, hey, where'd all my money go? You know where your money's going because you're tracking that. And then once I get this situated in Excel, I use that information to plug in here. So we are going to skip over this page, but the way that I've got my budget notebook set up is I have my joint bill breakdown page and the transaction log for the joint account. Then we have my monthly budget, my paychecks that are broken out, and the transaction log for my account. This is for my personal savings, my personal sinking funds, of course the variable income. We have my debt snowball, my side hustle investment tracking that I like to do. My business budget is also in this notebook. I'm not making very much money on Etsy right now, but if that's something that you guys want to see me kind of walk through every month, I don't care to do that. Let me know in the comments below. But I've got my sinking funds for the business, expense tracker, my estimated taxes, and my mileage tracker, and then of course a blank page. And this is where I track the information for the rental property that is not mine. It is Eric's mom's. So I'm just helping out with that, so I track that in here also. This is why I had to freaking plan so many pages in here and why my stickers don't exactly match up, because I don't even remember what year the notebook was that I took these pages out of, but you know, whatever. These are made for the new ones. These are not them. Okay, so what we're going to do next is to map out when the bills are due. Okay, so now I've got all of my bills on here and I can see when things start to come due. And the way that I use this, I can't find my payday stickers, but my paydays will fall on the 15th and the 28th, and then, let's see, so not the first one, the 11th and the 25th. So what I should do as I'm planning all of this out, I use this spread, number one, to remind me of anything important that is happening. My best friend's birthday is on the 20th, so I will likely need money for dinner that night. And of course, I've already got her gift. But this gives me an idea of what kind of things need to come out of my check before the next one comes. So, on to the rest of the budget. So now we're going to plug in everything on the monthly budget that we put together in Excel. I'm going to fill in the income real quick. Okay, so my day job should give me $19.28. My afternoon job should give me about $160 because I have cut my hours back. It's for a grand total of $2,088. This is the most money I've made in a month, you guys, so I'm quite pleased. Okay, so now to write in those fixed expenses. So we have $491 for mortgage, $267 for electric, $45 for my natural gas, $99 for my cell phone because I'm also paying the next plan for my phone to pay my phone off, $77 for internet, $75 for storage, $66 for car insurance, $129 for my Chevy, which is not the amount of my car payment, and it makes me terribly nervous, but luckily I'm a month ahead on the car payment, so hopefully, I'll pull a rabbit out of my hat and get the money to pay the rest of that before the end of the month. $24 for my accident insurance, $13 for Canva, $13 for Instant Ink, $3 for the bank fee. So let's add all of those together. $1,302. Okay, I'm going to add it a second time just to make sure that my number is right before I write it down, because inevitably it will be wrong and I'm out of whiteout. So $1,302 out of $2,088 leaves me with $786 remaining. So let's go over here and see what these add up to. That's coming out to be $469. Netflix, Hulu, Sirius, they're all pretty well stagnant, but every so often they change. Groceries, I've actually cut $150 out of our grocery budget. I'm pretty sure it's $150. That makes me extremely nervous, but I just didn't have money to go toward it. Well, $150 wouldn't have been my share. Anyway, you'll see it on the variable expenses how much I cut out, but we had to cut out of the main grocery budget quite a bit of money. So it makes me extremely nervous with inflation and everything. I'm really hoping we have some windfalls come in this month. I've also had to cut the gas back, which makes me nervous. And I've cut the pet budget. So you will see my variable income budget is going to be quite large this month, and I've got it arranged a little funny. It's a mixture of priorities and amounts. Anyway, these have been cut drastically because I only had $786 left, and I've got debt and everything to pay. So, okay, let's add this again, see if it comes out to be $469. $469. Out of $786 gives me $317. Don't let the negatives bother you. It's still the same difference no matter if it's positive or negative. So I've got $317 to come down here. These are my minimum monthly payments on these. I'll go ahead and write in that Snowball and I almost put ER Fund Murphy because that's what it is on my little sheet. These don't have anything budgeted for them, but I'm going to make a slot because I'm claiming it, there's going to be extra money this month. So let's add this up. $317, look at that. I'm going to take it on faith that that's right. So we're carrying forward $317. This adds up to $317. We're going to subtract that total, and we have a zero-based budget. Yay! Okay, so now we're going to take these numbers and plug them into our paychecks. We're going to start with our February 11th paycheck. That one, I don't really know what it'll be yet, but we're going to estimate it at $80. And out of that $80, we are going to pay, let's see, we're going to list Canva. We're going to do HP Instant Ink, also $13. We're going to do Netflix for $18. We'll go ahead and put in Hulu for $8, and we're gonna do $28 in gas. Now, fingers crossed, Excel did what it was supposed to. So, 13 and 13 is 26. We've got 80 minus 26. I'm going to put 54. So we've got 18 plus 8 plus 28 is 54. And that gives us 0, which means we don't budget anything for debt or savings out of this check. Now, our next paycheck will be February 15th. I'm estimating that paycheck to be $952. And the things that we need to make sure that we pay, normally I would look at what was coming after the 15th. Now, luckily, I've been doing this long enough that I'm pretty much a month ahead, and it doesn't really matter where I take the money from. It's going to be there when it's time. Okay, so I've got everything written in for this paycheck. I think I like this better. It doesn't look anywhere near as busy as the one last month. Anyway, so let me add up these categories and see how this one went. $584. $368 remaining. $251. Got 117 remaining. Oh, and this one comes out to be 117, which means I have nothing else that can come out of this paycheck. Paycheck 3 is going to be $225.22. And I estimate that one to also be $80. That one's going to be a little bit easier. Okay, so that's everything out of that check. Slim pickings. Then paycheck number 4, the last one of the month, February 28th. We are looking at $976 is what we have to play with. I say we're playing with it. Okay, I think that's everything. So, we have $692. $284 remaining. $84. That leaves $200 remaining. And this comes out to $200. Because $175 and another $25 is $200. So that brings me to 0. That's all 4 paychecks. Everything in my budget is accounted for, and I know when it's going to come out. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, so the last thing that we have to set up is going to be the variable income budget. And this is anything that I had to cut out of the budget that I want to put money toward first before putting extra money toward the, that. Before I put it toward the debt snowball. So, let's just fill this in. This top part is for any extra income that might come in. It could be the Etsy income from my business budget. It could be, which I have not had yet, but I hope to one day have enough profit to where I can pay myself from that. It could be income taxes when that time comes. It could be overtime on my paycheck, which is what you saw last month. Anyway, I won't fill this part in yet. What I'm putting down here is everything that actually needs to have money applied to it. So, that is crooked as all get out, but that's okay. So, let's add all of this up. $636. Which, of course, some of this stuff doesn't have to be funded this month. It would just be really nice if I could put some money toward it. And these are things that matter to us that we want to make sure that we fund throughout the year. So this is what I'm looking at. If I can get that covered, anything in excess of this would go toward my debt snowball. You can't even see this. The $636. Anything in excess of that would go toward the debt snowball. That is a big ask. It is a ginormous ask. But we will see what we can do. Okay, so I think, everything else I just have to carry forward from last month's budget into this part of the budget notebook. I won't make you sit through all of that. Okay, friends, so that is the last of what we need to put into the February budget. My next video will be a look at my January goal progress and looking at making a February tending list in my power sheet, so stay tuned for that one. In the meantime, if you're still in the mood to watch, YouTube has put the best match for you on the screen, and I will see you all next time. Have a great couple of days, everybody. Bye.